everyone, my name is Marie. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I'm working on a little home on this 20 by 15 lot in Willow Creek. And yeah, I turned it into a little one-story house, which to my understanding is a bungalow, which is why I'm calling it a bungalow. But it's always weird with bungalows. I feel like different people have like different definitions of like what a bungalow is, which is very confusing. But to me, a bungalow is basically just a one-story house. So that is what this is. It has some cottagey vibes to it as well, though it's not really a cottage. I did furnish it for a grandma, so maybe that also automatically kind of just goes hand in hand with cottagey feels, I guess. It's very cutesy on the inside. It's a two-bedroom house. So we do have two bedrooms, one for the grandma, and then I was thinking that the grandma took in their grandkid, who's a child, and they're living together in this little house. So that's what I was thinking for this one. And I think it turned out really, really cute. I was working off of a floor plan that I found over on Instagram, created by Rollo's Floor Plans, like Rollo's_floor plans, I think is what their handle is. I will put their handle in the description down below. So if you want to check out their Instagram page, feel free and do. It's actually really, really, really cool because they literally draw floor plans specifically meant for The Sims. But they just draw floor plans on a piece of paper. And it's really, really cool to just kind of work off of that. They don't give any like exterior pictures or anything. It's just the floor plans. And it was so fun because I took a look at their profile and I saw this one. So I did make some changes though. I added a little extra bedroom for the kid where they had, I think, like a side porch in the original floor plan. But yeah, I wanted this to be a two-bedroom house. So I did change some things around, but it was so much fun to just have a random floor plan to work off of and then try and see how the exterior comes together. Just try and see what the roofing will look like, or, you know, it was just a really fun, like little puzzle almost. And it was a really fun way to see the house come together. Just going off of a floor plan and then I guess just basically try and see how it all flows together in the end. And I really, really enjoyed building that way. It was a lot of fun. So I will definitely be using more of Rollo's floor plans in the future as well. Yeah, like I said, I'm linking their Instagram account, their Instagram page down below. So if you want to go check out their page, please feel free to do so. It's a lot of fun. It's fun inspiration too, because floor plans are usually the things that I struggle with the most when it comes to building. I will say that floor planning is my weakness, I think. Sometimes it all flows together very naturally, but then other times, especially for like bigger family houses, it can take me up to like 2 hours. And that is not an exaggeration to like come up with a floor plan. It's sometimes so frustrating. So it was really nice to actually have something to work off of for this one. And I just really, really like how it came together in the end. So we have a little front porch, as you can see, with a staircase. And here you can see that the cottagey vibes are coming together. It's not really, it kind of holds the middle between a suburban type bungalow combined with a cottage, if that makes sense. But yeah, I really had a lot of fun filling up this lot. It's only a 20 by 15 lot, so the house basically fills up most of the space, which was nice. And then we have a tiny little backyard as well, which was just the right size to fit in everything that I wanted, and it was so cute. Oh, I was also thinking that the grandma living here had a cat. So there is a grandma, a grandkid, and a cat living in this house. And to me, that is just so cozy. It's all the vibes, you know? It's just so cute. So yeah, I really had a lot of fun with this house. This one came together so quickly. The video itself is not necessarily super short or anything because I did get lost on all the little details. I cluttered it up quite a bit. I had a lot of fun with the landscaping as small as the space is, or the lot. But I just had a lot of fun with it. So the speed build itself is not super short or anything. But the house itself came together quite easily, which was a lot of fun. In no small part thanks to the floor plan, obviously, that I found. Which was a great Kickstarter, honestly. But for the rest, yeah, this house, it just gave me all the vibes. I had so much fun with it. This was also one of the first builds, if not the first, no, not the first one, but like the second build that I did after I came back from my trip, like my weekend away, which is also why I'm still a little bit behind on uploads. I'm so sorry for the lack of videos these past few weeks. But like I said, I went on a trip and then I didn't pre-record for that. So naturally you kind of just fall behind on like videos and uploads and builds that are like ready to go. So I needed some time to catch up and actually build. And then the videos will, you know, they'll come through. But I'm catching up, I'm almost there. So I feel like this week we'll have 3 videos like I usually try to aim for. So I think we're good to go now. But yes, what was I talking about before? I don't know. Right. This is one of the first videos or one of the first builds that I did after I came back from my trip. So I was all fresh and like newly inspired and like ready to sit down and build. And I was just feeling very inspired and I had a lot of fun building. Sometimes it's so nice to just take a little bit of a break. I talked about this in my previous speed build as well, but I feel like it's so important to, even though you love what you do so much, it's very important to take breaks every once in a while as well. Oh, and you can see that I was really playing around with these flowers. I went for the red swatch in these flowers, and then I also have some bushes with orange flowers in the front of the house as well. Those flowers are from the Romantic Garden stuff pack. Is that the correct title? I, for some reason, barely ever use them. But before I built this house, I spent 2 of my live streams. I stream over on Twitch a few times a week, and we did shell challenge tours. A few weeks ago, or like over a month ago, I had a new shell challenge go up for my Twitch community. So we did that, and then we toured all the entries, a couple, like for 2 streams total, like 6 hours or like 8 hours or something like that. And I naturally always feel incredibly inspired after touring all of these amazing builds created by these amazingly talented people. It is just almost unfair. But I just had so much fun touring all these builds. And then one of my friends, she built this, she created this like really, really cute house out of the shell that we had going. And she used a ton of these flowers. And it reminded me that I never use these flowers. So I was very much inspired by one of my friends' builds to go ahead and use those flowers some more. I didn't overly use them, but also like these orange bushes, like these bushes with the orange flowers are also from that pack. I don't think I have ever used that plant before, like ever in my life, which is kind of insane. I think I have used pretty much almost every item that this game comes with at some point, but that bush, I have no active memory of ever using it. So I was really excited to finally use it here. And I really like the orange touch. It just adds a little bit of color and happiness to the build. And I'm really, really excited about this house. If you can't tell, I'm over the moon about this little house. I don't know why. It's nothing too crazy special or anything, but I just think it turned out so cute. So for the storyline for this house, like I said, I was thinking of a grandma living here with her grandkid and her cat. The grandma is not married. She is living here by herself. I think she was married once in her life. And I also think that she has 1 kid. So, like a son or a daughter, I'm not exactly sure. So the grandma has been married in her life once. It did not work out. They got divorced, and she kind of just vouched to herself that not that ever again. Like I'm not going to have that happen to me ever again. So she has been not married. She probably has had like some relationships in her life. She's not like lonely or anything, but she didn't want to go through the whole marriage thing ever again. She was pretty traumatized by that. For whatever reason, something bad happened there probably. So she never got married ever again, and she has been living by herself basically ever since she got divorced, and she's been loving it. She's thriving living by herself. I feel like she's very active in the community. She has lots of hobbies. She has lots of friends. I was inspired by the Growing Together expansion pack trailer. I was thinking that she would go on power walks every Tuesday and Friday or whatever, with like her friends, or she would be the leader of the power walking club, you know. I feel like she would be very, very active and just one of those grandmas with lots of hobbies and lots of friends that we kind of all aspire to be. And then at some point she had to take in, or she had to, but she took in her grandkid. Like I said, I was thinking that she has been married and she has one kid, and their kid had one kid as well, which naturally is their grandkid. I'm sure we all know how this works, but for whatever reason, grandma took in the grandchild to come live with them. So maybe their kid or the parent isn't really able to take care of the kid anymore for whatever reason. I feel like there is something going on there that's not amazing. So there was a reason for the grandma to take in their grandchild. I'm not sure like what exactly that would be. But all things aside, the grandkid is now living with their grandma. They have their own little bedroom. They go to school here. So that was most definitely a little bit of an adjustment for the grandma, because I feel like the grandma was so used to just living on her own, like by herself. No one to look after, just living her life, doing whatever she wanted. No one to look after except for the cat. I feel like she would have always had cats in her life, and she also has one now. So yeah, that's basically what happened in the grandma's life. So some life changes happened. Like a few years ago, she took in the grandchild, and the grandchild is now living here. And I feel like the grandchild is a really cute kid. The grandchild really, I was thinking, wants to become a vet at some point, or at least that's what they dream of right now. I mean, I'm sure pretty much any kid, let me know if this was the same for you, but I feel like any kid went through that phase where they wanted to become a vet. I know it happened to me. I know it happened to my sister. I know it happened to basically all of my friends when I was little as well. So I feel like at some point everyone wants that. And so I was thinking that the grandchild is in that phase of their life right now. They really want to become a vet. They always play with the cat. They always look after the cat. And I was definitely thinking that the cat loves that. The cat loves being spoiled and loves all the attention. It's probably a little bit of an older cat, like, I don't know, like 12, 13, maybe 15 years old, something like that. Yeah, and I was thinking that the cat is very spoiled, especially now with the grandkid, because the grandkid just really, really enjoys spending time with the cat and spending time outdoors. They have a backyard now. I was most definitely thinking that before, when they were still living with their parent, they were living probably in like an apartment or something, or at least somewhere where they didn't really have a lot of space to play outside or inside for that matter. But this house has a little backyard, as small as it is, but they do have like a monkey jungle bar situation, which the grandma probably got that put in when the kid moved in with her. So you can see it's really squished in the backyard. You'll see that when we get to it, but I feel like it looks really cute in there. So the grandma definitely made some adjustments, and the kid is living their best life. I feel like they are loving this place. They're loving the house. They're loving the environment. They're loving their new school. They make lots of friends. There is a cat here, like that sort of thing. They're very excited about it. And I feel like they're just so very grateful and basically just living their best life, which I thought was so cute. So probably the kid is about, I want to say like 8 or 9 years old at this point. And yeah, you can really see the house come together. It's very cluttered. I loved this wallpaper that I'm using. What would you call this pattern? Like a checkered pattern? No, I feel like there's a word for that, but I'm not sure what it is. Let me know. What is the proper term for this wallpaper that I'm using? But that gives it all the cottagey vibes. I was using a lot of cottage living and then also cats and dogs throughout this house. So that most definitely gives it the cottagey vibes. I was using the curtains from Cats and Dogs that I never use, but for some reason lately I have been obsessed with these curtains. They're very outdated looking and most definitely like a grandparent's house for some reason, like a stereotypical grandparent's house, that is, I should clarify. But that is basically what I was going for this one. And then I was cluttering up the kitchen. I basically went through and decided what the layout for the house would be. And then I basically just went back in and cluttered up the kitchen because I hadn't done that yet. But I love how this kitchen came together with a little island counter section. And this was also in the floor plan this way. Not exactly sure if it was exactly like this, but the kitchen was definitely in this place. And then I think there was the dining table was in a different location, but the living room was in that same location where I placed it. I think just oriented differently. But I will try and remember to, I will make sure to remember to link Rollo's Floor Plan's Instagram page in the description down below. And I will also try and remember to put up a screenshot of the floor plan that I used like at the beginning of the video. So at this point, when you're watching the video, you will know if I actually managed to put it in. Yeah, I highly suggest checking out their Instagram page because it's a lot of fun. Their floor plans are really fun. And like I said, I think it's just a really fun way of building just off of a floor plan. So you plonk down the floor plan first, and then you move back to like the exterior and figure out the roofing that you want to do and the landscaping and just the type of house that you actually want it to be. I feel like it's just so much fun to build in that way because you kind of have the floor plan there for you. You don't have to worry about it anymore. And yeah, it's really nice. So here we have the bathroom. This is the one and only bathroom in the house. It is a full bathroom, obviously, and we have a shower tub combo that I closed off with a half wall. I will say I forgot to play test that, but I think I have done it before and it worked. But I'm not sure if I'm remembering that correctly. This build is already up on the gallery though. So if the shower doesn't work, you can just very easily remove that half wall and you should be fine. Though I feel like it works because they only need that one square to actually use the tub, to like step into the shower or bathe the dog or the toddler or whatever you have in your household. They only ever use that one little square. So I feel like it should be fine, but I am not exactly sure. If it isn't working, then it's a very easy fix. Just remove the little half wall and you're good to go. And then here we have the grandma's bedroom. Grandma's bedroom is pretty spacious. I at first wanted to turn it into like an office space with a computer, but then I decided not to. I decided to put in an extra dresser for decoration purposes and also a cat tree because I didn't have one of those yet. And I felt like grandma would definitely have a cat tree somewhere in her house. So I felt like her bedroom would be the perfect place for that. So no desk in here. I did end up placing some skill building items. I placed the knitting basket as well as the cross stitching basket. So grandma loves to do that. I feel like grandma loves to knit and create little toys and stuff for her grandkid as well. I thought that would be so cute. And then we have this dresser that I just cluttered up with a bunch of knickknacks, and I placed this like older looking mirror from Base Game, I think that one is, and lots of flowers. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun decorating this house. I used a ton of clutter. I am still not over the bathroom clutter kit. I love it so much. I use it everywhere I possibly can. Everywhere it somewhat at least makes sense, I will use it. And I love the color scheme in grandma's bedroom as well. It has lots of blues and greens and also just tan colors and stuff. And I feel like it's very serene and cute. And I love this wallpaper from Cottage Living. I feel like it's so well made. The texture and the colors and the different swatches as well. Oh, and I also decided to put a fishbowl in this room. I don't know how smart it is to have a fishbowl as well as a cat. But I feel like the cat doesn't really care. I feel like the cat is like, the fish can exist, it's fine. And they don't even look at it, is what I was thinking. And then here we have a smaller little second bedroom, and this one is naturally for the grandkid. I wasn't sure what to do with the layout for this one for the longest time. I don't know why, because it's not like a weirdly shaped room or anything, but I was kind of struggling with the windows and the placement of the dresser, and I don't know, I was having a little bit of a rough time, but I did just shuffle around the furniture some more, and then I figured it out in the end. Oh, and I love the green swatch of the curtains that I used in here. Once again, that same curtain set from Cats and Dogs, that I, for some reason, have been obsessing over lately, but I don't think I've ever used this green swatch, so that was really cool and really added some color into the space as well. And then I love the bedding that I used with the cats on it. It was just perfect. And then the cat toy next to the bed, of course, as well. And yeah, I just played around with some colors. We have some greens and blues in here as well, and some yellows and stuff, oranges. It's a very colorful bedroom without it being overly colorful, so I feel like it's still nice to look at. It doesn't hurt your eyes, so to speak. So yeah, we have a toy box in here, and we also have a Blarfy. We have the doctor set, and I think that's it toy-wise. I didn't really have a ton of space in this little room. You could probably go through and add some more toys throughout the house if you wanted to, but I don't really like the look of toys in my living rooms and stuff. I don't know, maybe that's mean, but I don't really like the look of it. I feel like we need a new kit for like children's toys that are a little bit more less bulky looking, like just better looking toys in general would be much appreciated. Maybe that's a funny kit idea. I don't know. But I definitely think it could work. But yes, we're moving on to the backyard. We have a tiny little back porch where I managed to not forget and place a litter box. So we have a kitty litter box, ladies and gentlemen. I did it. I made it happen. I did not forget about it. And then we also have a little dining table set up with some chairs, obviously. I didn't put in a grill because I just didn't think about it. I don't know. You can always add in a grill if you wanted to, but I sometimes just steer away from placing them because I know that gameplay-wise, all your Sims will ever do is grill. It's really, really upsetting and annoying. And then I also placed in some planter pots, as you can see, as well as a flower arranging table because Grandma is also, surprise, surprise, into flower arranging. She has all the hobbies in the world, is what I was thinking. So naturally, she also needed a place to do some flower arranging. And then over here on the other side of the backyard, I managed to put in the monkey jungle bars. But if you feel like that is too cramped, which I can totally understand, you can just remove it and replace it for some, I don't know, lounge chairs or what have you, just a nice little extra hangout space. But that is basically it for this build. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you the house in real time. So here we have the little bungalow. I am so happy with how this one came out. I love this, I guess you could call it a driveway situation, even though it's not really a driveway. I did park a bike out here, which is definitely Grandma's bike. She rides her bike every day, doing all her errands, doing all the things. I thought that that would be really cute. So we have all this landscaping over here. These were the orange bushes I was going on about. I really like them. And then these like red flowers. So cute. But yes, back to the front porch. We have some decorations on here, and then we have the front door leading you straight into the open living, dining, kitchen situation. So we have a cluttered entryway right here. I love how this entryway came together. Lots of board games and boxes, and then letters and bags and keys, and just all the stuff is going on. Then over here we have the dining table right when you kind of just walk into the house. And over on this side, we have the kitchen. I think the kitchen turned out so cozy as well. They're just base game counters, but they work so well in here. We have some island seating as well, some cookbooks, because naturally Grandma also loves to cook. I feel like she'd be really good at that as well. We have a coffee maker and then one countertop that's free of decorations, so your Sims can actually use the kitchen. And we also have a little food bowl for the cat, obviously. And then over here, we have the living room with a tiny TV, also a record player over here, this nice comfortable leather couch from the cottage living pack, and we also have a bookcase back here. I loved adding this little jar with candy. That is such a Grandma thing to have, I feel like. Then over here we have Grandma's bedroom. Grandma's bedroom is quite spacious and I really like the vibes in here. It's very calming. I love all the darker woods combined with the blue and the green and the beige tones. I don't know, I think it turned out really, really nice. So we have some knitting baskets and stuff back here, and then just some additional storage over here with a fishbowl. Grandma has a built-in wardrobe as well as an additional dresser, and then just a cat tree obviously as well. And over here we have the kids room. The kids room is really, really small, but I think it turned out really nice. It's nice and bright and colorful. The kid loves cats, as you can see. And then over on this side they have their wardrobe and some toys, and also a scratching post for the kitty. And then of course we have the bathroom over here as well. The bathroom is just very simple. It's my classic bathroom layout, I want to say, with a shower tub combo, the sink, and then a toilet tucked away as well. Off of the living room or kitchen, or maybe both, we have the door leading onto the back porch. So out here we have an outdoors dining table, also the kitty litter box, and just some additional seating down here on the extended terrace as well. And then here we have a flower arranging area with gardening pots and the flower arranging table. And then on this side the kid can play using the monkey jungle bars. But that is basically it for this house. So Grandma's Bungalow is up on the gallery. It comes in at just over 63,000 simoleons, so it's really not that bad. I mean, it's only a small house, so maybe it's a little bit expensive for the size that it is, but I feel like all in all, it's not too bad. I built it on a 20 by 15 in Willow Creek, so if you want to place it in your game, then that is where it goes. But that is going to do it for today's video, so I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery, like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and on TikTok if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so, and if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/SimmarySims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!